Geoffrey, you regularly help us out on these sort of matters. What's your favourite migration policy at the moment? Because we've had a couple all suddenly burst onto the scene within 24 hours. We've got Mr Cleverly in Rwanda shining up that new deal. We've got the big five-point plan from yesterday. Are you supporting all of it or some of it? Or maybe none of it?
I'm supporting all of it. And I think yesterday's announcements will undoubtedly have a significant effect on the numbers. There will be other consequences, we accept that. But yesterday's announcements should bring the numbers down quite considerably.
Just on that, today's announcement. Can I just ask you on that point? This is not a bear trap question. It's just a genuine question that lots of people are asking. If I own a care home and I've got huge vacancies in my care home, I cannot fill them domestically, I would ordinarily look to people coming from other countries. How do I do that?
So we must wean ourselves off filling cheap labour jobs from abroad. And we've got to take further measures, as the Chancellor did in the autumn statement, to make sure that million-odd people who are on benefits, who are capable of working, join the workforce in this country. But we cannot go on getting cheap labour from abroad. For example,
I get that, but what about the hiatus, if you like, the gap between finding ourselves into this new system? This might be good in 2 or 3 years' time, but in the interim period, we are likely to. We've already got lots of vacancies in the care home sector. We're likely to have many more, specifically because of this policy.
Well, I think we'll have to just see how that works out. To be honest, I don't think that this is that is going to make an enormous difference. I think what we need to do is improve the conditions of services in our care homes so that people are paid properly and they're given proper conditions of service, and then they'll want to do the job. That's the problem at the moment. They're paid so badly that they're often better off going, and I don't mean this in any demeaning way, often better off going and working for Tesco, which is a lot easier in many cases.
Well, indeed, so lots of people during the pandemic, as you will be aware, Geoffrey, decided to become Amazon delivery drivers and found that the hourly rate was pretty much the same. They didn't have to watch people die or attend to their ablutions in the bathroom with them. It was a stress-free life and paid them a little bit more money. So you're spot on. We do need to rethink and recalibrate what we pay people.
I don't think the answer is to continue to keep allowing more cheap labour in from abroad. For example, in the health service at the moment, there are more Ghanaian nurses in the health service, and wonderful for that, but more than there are in the entire country of Ghana. Now, that is completely unsustainable to take that level of talent and trained nurses away from a poor country in Africa. It's just not acceptable or sustainable.
OK, let's come to the what is widely called the illegal immigration side of things. These are people who come across the channel, not supposed to do that, but you claim asylum and all allegations of illegality are off, apparently, because by dint of claiming asylum, your status changes. Nonetheless, the Rwandan policy, unsure how many people it will take. Mr Cleverly is confident that they can usurp the previous court ruling and tick all of those boxes. Are you confident that, firstly, Mr Cleverly can do that, and secondly, that there will be enough people going there for this policy to be seen to be working?
Well, I think there are a number of questions there. The first question is, even having signed the treaty, we've got to get this bill through Parliament. And that isn't going to be entirely straightforward, and I don't know how long it will take. But if we can get it through Parliament, and if we can make it waterproof enough so that it isn't subject to legal challenge through the courts, I don't think you need to get too many people on flights to Rwanda to act as a considerable deterrent to large numbers of people paying often many thousands of pounds to a trafficker to take them on the dangerous journey across the channel. So I think it does have a chance of working if we can get it into law and survive a court challenge.
How do you think these policies, both of them put together, if you like, Rwanda and the 5-point plan for net migration, for legal migration, how do you think that'll play out on the doorstep challenge, as it's often called in your world? Do you think this will be popular, or do you sense that maybe after 13 years saying things like enough is enough when you are the people that have been in charge is a bit rich?
Well, I think the first thing that really people will be looking for at the next election is a government that is competent and is getting things done. Now, I accept that hasn't always been the case in the past, but we now have a leadership which is competent and is getting things done, as opposed to the Labour Party, which really doesn't have a policy on this at all, as far as I can see. Every vote in Parliament, they've wanted to vote for more people to come in this country. So I think if you have a view on immigration at all, you're more likely to want to vote Conservative than you are Labour.
On that point, Geoffrey, thank you as ever. Sir Geoffrey Clifton-Brown with us here on Talk TV.